What is the best Sonic game, you may be asking? Well, some people say Sonic Generations, or Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or even Sonic Adventure 2 or 1. Some say Sonic Heroes, but they're wrong. Some even say Sonic Unleashed, even though, besides Sonic Heroes, that game is probably one of the most divisive games in the entire franchise. And for the record, I love Sonic Unleashed. It's probably one of my favorite games, but what is the best Sonic game? Well, I have a friend who thinks it's Sonic R, but he's wrong. So don't listen to that guy. But what is the best Sonic game, you may be asking? Well, the best Sonic game is Shadow the Hedgehog. And I know what some of you are thinking. That fucking game? Why would that game be the best one in the franchise? Let me explain.
So, imagine a Sonic game, but with the most popular Sonic character and guns. Sounds like the perfect combination, does it not? And some of you who have played the game probably don't like it a whole lot, but that is just because you've never truly taken the time to appreciate this absolute masterpiece of a game. But I won't deny that the game, it does have its faults. What are those faults? Well, for some, it's how fucking long the game is. But for others, it's the shitty controls. For others, it's the story. For others, it's just the game's existence as a whole. But today, I'm gonna try and change your mind about the game, and hopefully, maybe make it a little better for you. So for starters, we have the controls in the gameplay. Now for the controls, it might vary depending on the console port that you're playing. The PlayStation 2 port is infamously the worst port for Shadow the Hedgehog. But the Xbox port, on the other hand, is probably the best port for Shadow the Hedgehog. Or alternatively, you could just emulate it, which is obviously the best, way to play any game, but if you have to play this on console for whatever reason, like you don't have a computer or you only have consoles or whatever, the Xbox port is the way to go. Now for the controls, can't really help you with that. I mean, for me they're fine, for some they're slippery though, it's just something you're gonna have to get used to. Now, in terms of how to make the gameplay a little bit better, first, don't go the fucking hero or dark routes. They are going to fucking suck, because you have to do so much backtracking, and it's just gonna be fucking terrible. What you should do is only go to neutral route, and if you're a completionist like me, this is gonna fucking upset you, but I'm sorry, this is just the only way to make this game not suck so much fucking balls.
However, if you do still want to do the dark or hero route, then you're probably going to want to use the D-pad, because this game, whenever you encounter like a hero or a villain, your fucking route's going to change, and it's just going to be really annoying if you want to do these routes. But something you might not know is that you can use the D-pad to change your route. So, if you want to 100% the game, you just press left on your D-pad to go the hero route. Or, you press right on your D-pad to go the dark route. Or, alternatively, you can just listen to what I fucking say and go the neutral route, so you don't make this game such a fucking piece of shit to play through. But with all that said and done, why exactly do I like this game so much? What makes Shadow the Hedgehog so special? Well, what makes my autistic obsession with this fucking game so important compared to every other Sonic game is the fact that the game is so important. You may be wondering, how is this fucking game so important? It's a spin-off that literally nobody liked. Well, what I feel is the most important thing about it is the impact that it's had over the franchise. Good or bad, you can't deny it has had quite an impact over the entirety of the Sonic franchise. And of course, Shadow the Hedgehog as a character and a brand. Now, some of you may be wondering, what the fuck are you talking about? What in the fucking goddamn hell do you mean by Shadow the Hedgehog as a brand? Well, if you weren't a completely uninformed fucking asshole, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. But, just in case you are a completely uninformed fucking asshole, let me explain for you.
So what I mean by Shadow the Hedgehog as a brand is the fact that he's just the most popular Sonic character in the entire series. I already said this, but it really is that important. He's that important of a character, and he's that popular of a character. Everybody just seems to love Shadow the Hedgehog. Whether that be for his cool design, or for his story in Sonic Adventure 2, or even just people who saw the second Sonic movie and just thought he looked cool. Wherever, however you found out about Shadow the Hedgehog, you probably like him one way or the other for whatever reason it is. Everyone just loves Shadow the Hedgehog. He's just such a great character. And even if Sega butchered his fucking character and his story, you have to admit, he is the most popular character in the entire franchise, and it'll probably stay that way for as long as Sonic the Hedgehog is still around. Shadow the Hedgehog is Sonic the Hedgehog. He's as important as Sonic is to the franchise. And if Shadow the Hedgehog never existed, Sonic might not even be as popular as he is today. But enough about sucking off Shadow the Hedgehog as a character. You don't care about that. In fact, a lot of you probably already know about all of this. You didn't want to hear that, no. You wanted to hear me suck off Shadow the Hedgehog as a game. But honestly, there isn't a whole lot for me to say, really. I just like Shadow the Hedgehog as a game. I just like guns. I just like Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is just generally a really cool character. I'm sure a lot of people can agree with that. Especially people who don't even know that much about Sonic the Hedgehog. Even they know Shadow the Hedgehog. That's just how popular he is. Not a lot of people can name every Sonic character, but a lot of people who don't even know about Sonic the Hedgehog know about Shadow the Hedgehog. It's also worth pointing out the fact that the people who worked on the Sonic movie worked on this game. They worked on the cinematic cutscenes. And in fact, in the third Sonic movie, which should revolve all around Shadow the Hedgehog and his story, really, is taking elements from this game. That's just how impactful this game was, that in the official Sonic movie, they are taking stuff from this game to put into the next Sonic movie. That's just how great the game is. And this isn't even just for the movies. This goes out to the games such as Sonic 06, where he takes his abilities from Shadow the Hedgehog, or from Sonic LEGO Dimensions, where Shadow is seen with a gun. This even goes to like merchandising or comics. This is just how important Shadow the Hedgehog as a game is to Shadow the Hedgehog as a character. But that's about it, really. I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog, he's great. Shadow the Hedgehog, his game, it's great. Shadow the Hedgehog is a great character with a great game. And I feel as if it tells his story kind of well. But, I don't know. Shadow the Hedgehog, he's just all around a great character. Everyone loves Shadow the Hedgehog. And if you're a Sonic fan, you probably do too. But before I do end this video, I'd like to say thank you for watching and just sticking with me for, I don't know, probably like a year now. That was the last time I had an actual video made. Because, in case you didn't know, this video was in production for like a fucking year. I had no motivation to make this video for the longest time. And also, go check out Bullblax's video. I haven't watched it for myself personally, but he makes pretty good videos, and he has pretty good editing. And my friend told me that he beat me to making this video that you're watching right now, which I guess is right. But better late than never, I suppose. And by the time this video comes out, it's probably fucking Christmas, so Merry Christmas, if you're watching. Thank you. Happy holidays, and Happy New Year. Goodbye.